welcome to the Happy Hippie Intuitive. This is Nina and I'm here to do a pick a card reading for you guys today. So before we get into it, I would like to remind you that these readings are general. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And I will link the cards I use below in the description so you can find them if there's any of these cards that you are interested in. If you're interested in the awakening process and more deeply going into your spiritual journey and channeled stuff, then hop on over to my other channel called Awakening to Quantum. It is linked in the description below. But without further ado, let's jump into the reading for today. Okay, so there are 3 cards here that you can choose from. We're also going to use some angel cards. We're also going to use some tarot cards and maybe some charm today. We'll see where we go. But these 3 cards is what you have to choose from. So you look into the images. Which image is it that really speaks to you? There might also be something in the timestamps below, so you can jump down there and have a look if there's something in the numbers that's kind of drawing you in. And once we have made your pick, number 1, 2, or 3, then you go on to your reading to find out what is these cards mean. I will read them all to you. And then we'll use some other cards and charms and stuff. Some fun. Okay, so sink into your intuition, ask your angels and guides to guide you to pick either number 1, 2, or 3, and I'll be back in a moment, and I'll start with number 1. Removing number 3 and number 2. Okay, number 1. So if you chose this image, then this is your reading. So this is the deck that's called the Wicca Oracle cards, and it's only an image and a number on each card. And so either you have to intuitively read the card or you have to read the guidebook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do both. So I'm going to intuit a little bit into the card, and then I'm going to read you what the booklet says about it, okay? So for me, this is about overflow, okay? It's an overflow of love. It can be an overflow of money. It can be an overflow of, you know, abundance in any way, shape, or form. But on the flip side of this card, it can be too much. That it's an overflow of indulgence, for instance, or it's an overflow or maybe spending too much money, buying too much stuff, holding on to too much stuff. It can be holding on to old energies, you know, it can be those kind of things as well. So it all depends on which side of this cup you are, kind of. But it is the cup of abundance in general, if you look at it from the tarot perspective. Now, the cup and the water is, of course, about the emotional stuff as well. So there might be something overflowing in the emotions. It can be overflowing emotions in a kind of positive way where you're happy and abundant and everything. But it can also be an overflow of emotions where you're letting go, where you're crying a lot, where you're really needing to kind of vent and let go of things. Now, the number 3 is a very sacred number for me. It's about the Trinity, and it's also about the magic of the universe, if you will. And for me, it's kind of a holy number as well. So that was the intuitive. Now, let us go into the guidebook here, and I will look up number 3, and we will read what it says about the number 3, which is called the chalice. The chalice is a symbol of blessing, consecration, and bliss. Whatever is placed within it is made sacred and transfers that sanctity to those who drink from it. The blessed waters flow forth endlessly, symbolizing the wellspring of divine love. In ritual and magic, its primary elemental energy is water, and its direction on the sacred circle is west. The meaning of the card: drink deep from the vessel of life and love. Feel yourself connected to the waters of the world, one in harmonious union with all beings. You are offered a chance to seek your bliss. Answer the call. Now, if it had come reversed, it would have been kind of depression and numbness of the emotions. But the key words in this card is blessing, communion, and love. Affirmation is I love and I am loved. The challenge is what part of your spirit needs healing. So that was the card there. Now let us shuffle this deck a little bit and see what you get. So what I noticed, what I kind of was drawn to when I read that was seeking the love in everything, kind of looking upon things with the loving perspective, being compassionate, with others and yourself. Okay, that's kind of what drew me in. Okay, so that one just popped on out, and this says spiritual growth. Okay, shall I shuffle? Okay, they wanted me to keep on shuffling, actually. So maybe they're wanting another one to jump. Let's see. What do you want me to pull? Oh, that one. Oh, that one almost jumped. Okay, there's one that's going to jump here, I think. So spiritual growth with the Ace of Cups, if you will. Yeah, there's a flow of abundance. There it came. Okay, I knew they were going to do that. Soulmate. Wow. Okay, your overflowing low spin. Okay, wow. Okay, let's look underneath the deck. I was curious. Manifestation. Okay. Wow. Okay, so this is... yeah, love and compassion is what I was drawn to when I read that. And I also talked about abundance and overflowing love when I saw this card. And soulmate card and the spiritual growth. Okay, I have a feeling where this is going, number one, but I do have to look to the tarot cards as well, just to be sure. Yeah, I feel like this is on a higher level. I feel like this is very deeply spiritual, this reading for you today. But there is... oh, okay, one card that just... oh my god, they're flying out today. Okay. So that was two important cards that they wanted me to show you at least. Okay. 1, 2, 3. If they don't pop, then I will... okay, they want me then to pull the last ones. Okay. 1 and 2. And underneath you have the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so let's look at the cards. You have the Hierophant. And you got the 5 of Wands upside down. That's good. 2 of Cups. Yes, soulmate. And the Death card. It's transformation. Okay, so this is a deep transformation for you, number one, I have to say. Now, it's so positive when the 5 of Wands comes upside down because, you know, in the real, if you look at it upside, it's struggle, it's arguing. But when it comes upside down, I feel like the message is the arguing is over. The struggle is over, okay? The Hierophant can be a priest. It can be, you know, this can be about marriage, just to have that said. When I see the Hierophant and the 2 of Cups together and the soulmate, this could be about marriage. This could be about the one. And there also is 10 of Pentacles is kind of where you have generations, you know, you see this as the grandfather, the parents, and the children. So it's kind of a generation card or family card. So my feeling about this, there's something huge transforming in your life. It might be that you are now sorry, it's my stomach. You come so far on your spiritual journey that you are opening up to your soulmate now. Or you might already have found your soulmate and maybe you are together already. And the next step for you is marriage, okay? Or maybe not in the traditional way, but at least giving each other that one, yes, you are the one, I'm going to stay with you kind of feeling. Maybe it is regarding moving in together, taking that first step, or next step, if you will, in that relationship. But since the Death card comes up, there is something you're leaving behind, something that you're saying, okay, I'm done with that part, and now I'm moving into this. So there might be a move in this, where you have to move far, or you have to move away from where you are into a new place. It might be something, for some of you, it might be a place that you have inherited from somebody, just to have that said. But there is something about movement and change. There's a huge change going on, and it has to do with you have come so far on your spiritual journey now that you are laying and manifesting, as they say here, all these things for yourself, and it's beautiful. Okay. Really happy for you when I see these cards here, number one, I have to say. Just pull them up so you can see them all. Okay, let us finish with some, do you want me to use, okay, Moon Magic? Yeah, okay. We'll use the Moon Magic card for you today in the end. So I feel like what they're saying here is to have faith in this relationship. Have faith that you, if you haven't met your soulmate yet, you are definitely getting into that spiritual place where you will meet that person. This is the cup of abundance and love. So they're inviting you to get into the love space, to get into your heart, to focus on that part of your life now. Oh, there was one more card that wanted to come up. So 3 cards. So I feel like what they're saying with this reading today, number one, is that now is the time to focus on love. Now is the time to focus on your heart. Now is the time to focus on bringing that person in that you are going to share the rest of your life with. And if you are already in that relationship, maybe it's time for you to take the next step. Maybe you are, and if you are already have already taken that step, maybe you are already married, maybe it's time for you to move away from where you are and kind of get into that place where you're going to be happy forever after. That maybe you have inherited or have found a new place to live and you're kind of, I'm not so sure, maybe, you know, yes, you should. They're kind of inviting you to move forward with that soulmate energy, okay? Now, these are the 3 cards that popped on out. This one, and it says, I seek balance and grounding. And this one, and it says, I accept that here now is exactly where I am and that it is a place of profound learning. And then this one popped out, and it says, beauty raises my vibration. I seek it out for healing and joy. So what I'm drawn to here is the balance here, acceptance here, and beauty here, okay? Accepting that it's time for you to leave something behind now and move into the new, being bold enough to move into the new. You have manifested this for yourself. So it is happening. So it's a matter of you just taking that step. So be done with the struggle already. Be done with the elaborating back and forth, should I not, right? So that's the acceptance. And bringing the beauty, you know, see the beauty in whatever it is that's going on. Seeking that balance with your loved one, with your soulmate, right? Wanting that balance, bringing that balance in. And if you're feeling like this is still far ahead for you, then there is still spiritual growth happening within you that you are manifesting that will bring this in. And you have to trust that. But the main focus for you, number one, get into the heart. Start focusing on the love part of your life. Okay? So that was the main message for you. Let us pull a couple of charms in the end for you today. In my little charm box over here. Okay, there you go. Let's see, just have to put that aside. So you got a football. So for me, that's about getting outside, playing, doing stuff. If you have kids, maybe doing stuff with them or friends, you know, being playful, getting into that playful energy. Now you do have a cat, so for some of you, you might have been a lone person. Maybe you're somebody who is really happy being alone, you know. But still, the invitation for you is to seek out the love and the compassion here. Seek out that soulmate. And of course, it's good to be alone every now and then, even though you're in a relationship. So don't discard the cat altogether. But for those of you who have been alone for a long time, I think it's time now to open up for actually letting love into your life. There is a little bunny here, and the bunny for me is about Easter, maybe Easter time, which is not that far from now. Something will happen. And this is the key for love, right? Unlock that key, you know, unlock that lock. You know, you have the key to unlock the lock of love here. So another confirmation that it's time. It's time to turn that key. It's time to open up your heart. It's time to let somebody in if you haven't already. Or it's time to take that step forward in this relationship. And that this is a soulmate relationship. I feel this deeply with you, number one. Okay? That was all I had for you. Thank you so much for being part of this reading today. Till the next time I see you. Bye. Okay, number 2. So if you pick this card, then this is your reading. So I'm going to intuit a little bit first, and then I'm going to read in the guidebook what they have to say regarding this card from this Wicca Oracle deck, okay? Okay, so first of all, I'm getting the number 3, of course, with these 3 candles. So there might be 3 in your family, 3 siblings, 3 something in a friend group, 3 people in a situation. You have the 1 and the 4, which equals 5, which is about change. So that might be something for some of you. Now, the lights also represents illumination. It also represents seeing something, getting passionate about something, the fire energy in this card. Now, it is together with, I don't know what you call that in English right now. Kristorn is what we say in Norwegian. And that's kind of regarding Christmas time, December time. So there might have been something happening in December that is of importance, or something maybe happening next December also. Okay, so that's kind of what I get from that. Let us look at the guidebook, what it has to say regarding number 14, which is called Yule. Yeah, so Christmas time. The card says, winter solstice brings the longest night and the shortest day. It is the depth of winter in terms of the light, though colder days may still lie ahead. The kindling of Yule fires, candles, and festive lights affirm the spirit's faith even in the darkest times. It is an affirmation that the sun will return. Holly and mistletoe, ancient symbols of eternal life, add their magic to the season. Now the meaning of the card. Tend the flame of your spirit and do not give in to depression or despair. The dark times are temporary. Your faith is being tested. Know that you are eternally loved even in the most barren and bleak seasons of your life. The light will return always. Now, keywords here is faith, comfort, and light. Affirmation is my inner flame burns brightly. And the challenge is what awaits you in the deepest dark. Excuse me. Just need a little bit of water. Okay. So for me, what I kind of got from what I read, it was the light that I was talking about. Also, when I saw this kite, the illumination. There's something being illuminated in your life, I feel. And there is, of course, the invitation from the booklet here that I read to stay in the light and to see that whatever darkness you might have been in or are currently in, that the light will prevail. There's something about light. I'm kind of getting, yeah, okay, that one. I'm kind of getting... yeah, there's something, illumination. I'm going to keep getting back to the word illumination, but let us see. Just pull one more card from this deck here. What? There. Okay. Underneath you have manifestation. Wow. That was also the card underneath for the first reading, number 1. So if you were considering number 1 or number 2, maybe you should look at that one too. Okay, let's see this. Friendship. Okay. And... forgiveness. Okay. Seeing the light in other persons as well. There might have been something going on in the friendship group here that is in need of forgiveness for yourself or for the other person. There might also be 3 people in the situation, as I said in the beginning. But what I'm kind of being drawn to in this entire whatever situation that you're in, it's seeing the light in other people and seeing that the light will prevail, the truth will prevail, and that, you know, there is a light at the end of the tunnel kind of feeling. But let us also look at the tarot and see where that guides us, because, yeah. I have a feeling where this goes, but let's see what the tarot cards have to say as well. Oh, we need the full story. Yeah, okay. Wow. Okay, so those 2 came flying out. This is about reminiscing, looking back at the past. It can be childhood. And this is about feeling defensive or feeling the need to defend yourself or standing up for yourself, okay? So there might be something regarding a friendship that has lasted for a long time, since childhood. And now something has happened where you feel like you have to defend yourself or stand up for yourself regarding that situation. Okay? But if it is a true friend, you will feel the need to forgive. You will feel the need to mend it. If you feel that that doesn't resonate, maybe it's time to let them go. Just a question for you. It's all your decision. Okay, let's pull the last cards here. A few more cards. Yeah, there's something that's hidden here. Or has been hidden. Yeah, underneath, balancing act. Okay. So the Eight of Swords is where we kind of feel like we are being tied up. We are not seeing where to go. We're feeling kind of trapped in a situation. And the Moon is either something is hidden, or it can also be looking at your flip side. You know, looking at your own emotions and own participation in all of this. Okay. Yeah. So if you don't feel like it's a friendship, it might also be, just to have that said, if it's not a friendship, it can of course be a family member, just to have that said. But there's something about a relationship happening to you that's going back a while, that is kind of, it's been there from childhood. And there is need for forgiveness in the situation. There is need to see the light in the other person. See that they are also a light being, having a human experience, and also seeing that, you know, on a higher level, you guys agreed on this before you came, that this was something you were going to go through. Okay. So in that sense, we can say that there is nothing to forgive, right? So can you get there? And can you also, for some of you, it might have to do with actually having that difficult conversation with that person. Okay, if you want to resolve this, I feel like that's what you need to do. Let's look underneath here. The Two of Cups. Yeah, so a union, a friendship with somebody, definitely. Okay, I'm just going to pull these cards here, and this one was the one that popped out. Okay. Underneath the deck, it was, I let go of the anxieties of others. Okay, so let us look at these cards here. This one popped out. I will persist. My will is strong. Okay. Well, you know, it of course that makes sense with this card right here. You know, standing strong in your own belief, definitely. But remember, if you are too headstrong, you won't resolve this. Okay? So it is a matter of, yes, of course, you have to stand up for yourself and defend what you feel is right for you. But at the same time, if you're too headstrong, the other one will not be able to reach you with whatever it is that they have to talk about. So that's a balancing act. And then I understand why this popped up with the balancing. Okay, the next card is, I am ready for something bigger, better, and brighter. Yeah. So for some of you, this situation might be so grave that you feel like, okay, I have to leave this person behind. Okay, I can't stay here. I have to go. So you have to feel into what resonates for you. So when I say that, feel into your gut, what resonated for you. Does it resonate to have the talk and go into forgiveness and find a way together? Or does it resonate to say, you know what, I can't stay here anymore. I have to leave you. I have to go by myself. I'm ready for something else. So feel into what you felt resonated with that. Now this card as well, I know my shadow side and I work to willingly transform aspects of it. So that might be something you need to do for some of you, and that is exactly what this card here is saying. Looking at your own flip side, you know, looking into your own emotional. Maybe whatever happened here stirred up something from your own childhood that has been a childhood wound. And so maybe the fault isn't 100% on the other person now. Maybe it's just because something has been stirred up in you that is somebody else's fault from childhood, right? So again, feel into what felt right for you. And this card is, yeah, and underneath there I see children. So definitely something from childhood. But this card popped up as well, meaning on a higher level, you manifested this situation because there was something you needed to experience because you chose to experience it, or there is something that's being put in your way and you being manifested by your higher self so that it will trigger something from your childhood, because it's needed for that to be coming up and to be felt through so that you can release it. Okay, so there's many aspects to this. So you have to feel into what resonated for you. I'm going to pull some charms for you in the one, and then number 2, let's see here. It wasn't that many that pop up. It was the blue about, okay, this can be your head in the clouds a little bit. It can be about you being too much in your head space and too little in your heart space. Now the shoe is about kind of dressing up and feeling good and putting on the nice stuff. And it can be a message of just put on the clothes, just dress up and show up kind of thing. And that might be showing up for a difficult conversation. Maybe you should dress up so in your power suit, if you will, so that you feel like you're strong when you're meeting up for this conversation. I'm going to pull some couple of more charms for you. I felt like it was just a little short here. Yeah, a couple more there. Now there's a plane coming up, so you might have to travel in this situation. And I would say do that. If you need to travel to have this conversation, I think you should. And there is a scissor here, and that comes for those of you who have been feeling like maybe you have to let go, then this is a confirmation that yes, it's time to cut the cords. So, you know, as I said, you can read this reading in many ways, and you have to feel into what's correct for you. Maybe you're the one that needs to cut the cords to this person, or maybe you're the one that has to go into your heart and forgive and to try and mend whatever this is, because it might be that whatever this person did just triggered something from your own childhood, and maybe it's not your friend's fault at all. Okay, and don't be too headstrong. Even though, I mean, stand your ground, yes, but don't be too headstrong if you want this relationship to work. Okay, that's the advice Spirit has for you today. I wish you a beautiful day wherever you are in the world. Till the next time I see you. Bye. Okay, number 3. So if you pick this card, then this is your reading. So I'm going to intuit a little bit on this card first, and then I'm going to read in the guidebook what it says, because these cards only have a picture and a number. Okay. So let's look a little bit closer. You see these little gnomes here around this tree. And there's kind of homes of the gnomes, I guess, in this tree. And there's a little fairy up here. So one thing about this card is, of course, the connection to nature. The connection maybe to nature spirits for some of you. It can also be about your home. You know, I'm hearing where I lay my hat, that's my home. So maybe you're somebody who had to move a lot. And maybe that's something that you kind of need to adopt, that saying, where I lay my hat is my home, because you can't make a 100% home everywhere. So maybe you need to understand that, you know, it's a temporary home, and that's okay. You know, that's for some of you. So, yeah. Okay, okay, thank you. So what I'm also hearing, and I don't know if you have this expression in English. We have it in Norwegian. It's called luftslott, but that's a direct translation, air castle. But what it means is that something might look too good to be true. Okay, it might be that you're building something that it's not on solid foundation. That just came to me, and I just have to say it. Okay. So let us look at some other oracle cards. Just going to shuffle a little bit, and I'm going to pull 2 cards from this deck. Yeah, the one that just kind of flew out, so I'm going to put that up there. Listening and new love. Okay. Underneath we have forgiveness. Okay, that is interesting. And then we're going to shuffle this tarot deck and pull some cards from that. New love. Listening. Okay, I get it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just getting some messages here. I'm going to pull some tarot cards, but I'm going to put them face down for now because I feel the need to draw more oracle cards for you. Okay, do you want it to be the same deck? Okay, yeah. Support. Where? Okay. There. And then balance. Okay. And forgiveness there. Okay, they just wanted me to pull some more cards for you, number 3. I don't know why, but okay. That's how it is. Yeah, did I forget to read that card? Oh my goodness, now I'm just really off here. Okay, I'm going to read the number 28 here as well. It's called We Folk. Fairies, gnomes, and elemental beings of all sorts share the earth with us and are part of its magical essence. You might catch a glimpse of them from the corner of your eye or simply sense their presence in some secluded spot. Seek them where their world and our world meets, amongst the roots of ancient trees, on the misty mountain tops, and at the edge of the sea. The meaning of the card. There are helpers willing to pitch in and give you the assistance you need on a cause or project that is dear to the heart as well. Look around you, let your need be known, and welcome help when it is offered. The keywords here are help, community, and details. The affirmation is I give thanks for helpful friends. And the challenge is what elemental beings do you sense near your home? Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, I get it. Thank you. So for me, what I was drawn to here is listening for help. Helpers. Of course, there's a connection to nature as well and the nature spirits for those of you who feel drawn to that. But there's something about asking for help or getting help. Listening is here as well. So the support is here for you, is what they're saying with this card. So I need to put that over here and that over here probably. Okay. The support is here to you. Are you listening though? It's something about somebody wanting to help you, and there might be somebody wanting to help you with a home as well. Yeah, let us look at underneath here. You have the Six of Swords. So moving away from something to something new is a message for you. And then we have the tarot card saying the World, which is also about finishing something and getting into something new. The Eight of Swords, not knowing the way out, not seeing the way out. The Six of Cups, reminiscing, looking back, or childhood. And also King of Pentacles, someone who is... it can be an earth sign, a male earth sign, or it can also be somebody sitting strong in their power, I would say. But let us look at why am I not? It's like it's two different messages here at once. Can you see that? Because this is new love and balance. And I feel like balance, finding your balance within a love relationship. But this is about listening to somebody wanting to help. So I'm kind of like, it's almost like it's two different messages in one. For some of you, this moving away, and I see the sun underneath here, by the way, but moving away from something or moving into something new might actually be new love. So you're kind of finishing off a relationship and opening up for a new relationship. And in order for you to find the balance within you. So that might be a message here. There is support and there's somebody wanting to help. So there's listening. It could be, of course, regarding this love situation. But I'm also feeling like there's something to do with home. Okay. You might have to move home, finishing off something in a place and having to move. And there might have been this kind of situation that led you to the move, that you had to kind of let go of something. It might be something from your childhood, maybe your childhood home that had to let go of. You know, maybe if you're young, maybe your parents had to sell your childhood home and move, and now you're kind of a little bit upset about it, and you need to forgive them for that. Or there might be somebody having to move because they found a new love and they move in and live in another place, and so they had to move. Okay, so that might be the connection here as well. Or there might be two separate messages. Okay, I just have to say that, number 3. Okay, so let's pull some more cards to see if there's more additional messages for you. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So we have this card here. I am ready for something bigger, better, and brighter. Yeah, and that makes sense with this card right here. And also the World card. You're closing off some sort of chapter here, number 3, okay? I am magnetic to what I want. I repel what I do not want. Yeah, it's a resonance thing. So you have to feel into what is it that's meant for me. And that might be why you have been in this situation, because you didn't know. But if you feel, if you use your heart, love, to find where you need to go, then that's where you're going to find it. You have to use your resonance to find it. Maybe you're used to doing something in a certain way, or have been taught from childhood that this is supposed to look a certain way. But it's kind of holding you back, though. You're not allowing yourself to move forward in that sense. So you have to use your energy field and your support from spirit to find your way. So listen to what they have to say, because there's somebody who wants to help you here. I invite peace within myself. I ripple this outwards. Yeah. Finding your balance. There's something about finding your balance here as well. Underneath we have, I let go of the anxieties of others. Yeah. That also came up in number 2 reading, I believe. Yeah. For some of you wanting to move home, I feel like you're going to find your balance in that new place. Okay? It's like there's a shift going on here in your energy. You're moving away from something, moving into something new where you're going to find balance. But there is also something that you need to forgive. There might be something within yourself or somebody else that needs forgiveness in a situation. Maybe that's the male in the earth sign. The new love doesn't necessarily have to mean a love relationship. It can be a new love of a hobby, a new love of a new home, a new love of a new relationship, as in friendship, a new love of as a new workspace, because there's something that you're leaving behind and you're stepping into something new here, okay? And it is supported by the angels and your spirit team. But I have a feeling that for some of you at least, you're failing to listen to some sort of advice. And that came up also when I read the card, that there's somebody who wants to kind of help you. So maybe connecting to nature spirits might also be a way for you. Connecting to your spirit team, listening to them, listening to the natures of spirit, or spirits of nature, sorry, to guide you towards this. Because there is something a lot better. As they say, I'm ready for something bigger, better, and brighter. So you're ready for this shift on an inner level. But your ego might be in this space, feeling like, nope, I do not want to go, or I don't see how this is going to benefit me, or I don't see the way forward. Okay? You're inviting peace within yourself. Inviting it in. You are magnetic to what you want and repel what you do not want. And that's what you do when you are in the energy field and when you are using your resonance to guide you. And your resonance is also you as a soul, you as a light being, you as a higher self, connected to your support team of spirits, right? So this is many messages in one, and I know that, number 3. So you have to feel into what made sense for you. I'm also going to draw some charms for you in the end today. So let's see what they have to say. Okay, there was quite a bit that came out here. Okay, so this is a totem, actually, again with nature. So for some of you, you might be interested in shamanism or nature spirits or connecting with fairies and those kind of things. So look into that. Now, this is the Gemini sign, so there might be a Gemini in your vicinity. You might be a Gemini. Or Gemini is also about balance, about 2. Yeah, and also Gemini is about communication. So feel into what made sense for you there. Okay, there's a dice. I'm going to throw that for you. Now you got the number 4. So the number 4 might be significant for you. You got a moon, and also moon is about looking at your inner. especially if you have some childhood wounds or something that you brought with you from childhood that you might need to look at. Maybe it's that you need to release and forgive something from childhood and within you in order for you to kind of bring in this new, feel into, if that made sense for you. There's love from the universe and new love for some of you coming in. Now the fairies again here, so there's a big invitation to connection to nature here. And another fairy, so there's two fairies here. Definitely connection to nature. And there's also an angel here, so listening to your support team, listening to your angels. There's a flower of blossoming, and also again invitation for nature. There is a diamond here, so somebody might be a diamond in the rough. So maybe you have a new love that you don't see yet. Maybe that's why the Eight of Swords is here. That there's somebody in your vicinity that's offering you something, but you don't see them as a love person. That might be. Now this is actually a bowl and the bone, so there's actually a dog. So there might be an animal. Maybe there's a new animal coming to your life. That might be the new love. You never know. Again with the love here. So there is something loving coming towards you. Definitely, number 3. And there is a scissor here. So there's something, as I said, that you need to leave behind. You need to cut something out in order for you to change that energy and draw towards you, manifesting towards you this energy. Okay? So listening, receiving the support from friends, family, and from your angel teams, and from nature and nature spirits to guide you and letting go of this past and guide you towards the new love and new things happening in your life, and maybe also a new home for some of you. Okay? I know this was a very special reading today. Thank you so much for being in number 3. Until the next time I see you. Bye.